Howdy ho, good people. Hello, all my crafty friends. I hope everybody's doing good this morning. I am still trying to find my mojo, of course. When it goes, it goes. So, what I decided, I was cleaning some stuff and I found one of my projects, which I cut a bunch of double-sided 12 by 12 paper. I cut it into 6 by 6 pieces a while ago. I was gonna do some more of those little books by Idaizee, but I never got to it. So, well, I'll probably make a few of those. Check out her YouTube, Idaizee, Idaizee. She has tutorials on how to do several little booklets. Today I'm winging it. I started trying to put it together last night, but I didn't get too far. So anyways, these are 6 by 6 papers, double-sided. You can use single-sided. It's just that one side is going to have like that bright white. So what you can do is coffee dye it. Just paint some coffee onto it and let it dry. And let's see, I think I have one of those here. This is, if I can, this is a single-sided, and I just coffee dyed it. So then instead of being like bright white, that little spot that I missed, it'll be, you know, more neutral, not so in your face bright white. And yeah, we're just gonna use little 6 by 6 papers. I found some little envelopes. These are 6" by 4 envelopes, so they work perfectly, but you do not need to use an envelope. You can just use 6 by 6 papers. How I'm gonna put this together is I'm gonna glue down here and here, so that'll be a little tuck spot. And then you can open it and that will be a pocket, and then we can do something, decorate that. And then we're just gonna build off of that. So just kind of try to line it up. Today I'm using, let's see, Crafter's Square. I think this was from Dollar Tree. I got it at, I believe at a, not a thrift store, but an estate sale. And I figured I'd go ahead and try it. Just want to put glue there, and then also I just want to put it down the middle here, so that we'll have 2 little tuck spots. There we go. Okay, and nope, not all of my papers are cut perfectly 6 by 6. They're a little bit wonky, but everything I make is a little bit wonky, so I'm not worried about it. So now we got that page, and let's see, on the back I wanted, now how I folded these, it's a 2-inch flap on each one. Is just a 2-inch flap, so that our booklet will be 4 inches. And because this has a little rose on it, I kind of wanted to keep that little rose there. So what I'm going to do is glue this one onto there, so that way we got another page to decorate and work on. And what I'm going to do also is only I'm gonna, oh.
Okay, Joey. Oh.
Okay, sorry about that. My sister's got to go do some errands, so I will be taking care of Mama. So I think this little booklet is gonna be taking me, well, all day. I do believe it's gonna take me all day. She's been calling a lot, so usually every 10 to 20 minutes. We're trying to keep it straight, but it's going to get a little wonky because, like I said, they're not all perfectly square. And if that bothers you, well then try to get them perfectly square, because I'm perfectly imperfect. I don't try for perfection, I just try to be better each time. So that'll be a little tuck area. Okay, now we're gonna go with this page, and I was gonna put this on here like that. So this is just a really basic little booklet, just something to kind of practice on. And I'm sure I'll end up stitching in a little signature for a little extra writing space. And it's going to be just actually stuff on both sides of it. You know, it's going to be like a what do you call that? Concertina book, or accordion. An accordion style. And we're just going to keep doing that. I think it was this one. I think. Yeah. Okay. Now I'll just put a little bit of glue here. We're just searching for my Mojo. She's missing in action. So yeah, I hope everybody's having a good morning. Don't get overwhelmed with the news. It is what it is. I think I need a break from it. Just insanity. I just, yeah. I think this one. So yeah, try not to get overwhelmed with everything that's happening. Make sure you go outside and enjoy the nature that is around you. Okay, and I wanted to do the cherries. These were all just random 12 by 12 papers that I had cut up. Like I said, they're not all cut perfectly. So some are gonna stick out a little more than others. But you know, we could take a metal ruler and a nice sharp crafter blade and cut off any extra that we don't want. So that's always a possibility. You can do that. I usually use art glitter glue, but I'm trying not to use as much of that because it's like super expensive. So I'm trying to kind of get away from that, try other things. It's just that if you're working on a project and you want to keep going on it, it dries super fast, so it's just very handy to keep going. Hopefully these aren't gluing together. Not worried about the glue spots because we are going to decorate. We're going to get into my stash of stuff and just have fun playing, and hopefully I inspire you. I'm trying to think of projects that don't really require a lot of different tools so that anybody can do this. Like I said, with the single-sided 12 by 12, I found the best way is just to coffee dye it, and then you can stamp on it. Surely you have some stamps, you know, if just anything on it to decorate it, or you can just stick a bunch of stuff down, all the little ephemera. So that is the booklet. I'm going to go that way, and that way, and that way, and that's a little pocket there, and then this one, pocket there. So it's just a cool little book, and I'm just going to leave that so that it'll close so nothing will fall out of your little pocket, and maybe do a little wrap around. But there we go. See how simple that was? Again, there's 6 by 6, and all I did was fold it 2 inches over so that the base was 4, and then you had a 2-inch flap. So there we go. I'm just gonna set this bugger aside and then wait for it to tack up a little more. I'm not sure about this glue. It is awful wet, and it's getting that wonky like when paper gets too wet, it gets that wonky bubbling kind of thing. So I'm not sure about this glue. Might have to go back to my other stuff, but we'll see. But there you go, a little book. And then once it tacks up, what we can do is perhaps put a little signature in. What it could do is, because that's only a single sheet of paper there, probably want to reinforce it. You could use some masking tape, just stamp on it, again, different little stamps, and use masking tape. I would definitely glue under it, but that would help to stabilize it a little more for tying in the signature. But just some little ideas. I'm gonna set this aside and let it dry for now, and I will be back, and we can add a little pocket, maybe a little tuck right here. We can do stuff on here. I might trim that down. See how wonky it is? They're not all the same size. That's okay. It's okay. Things don't have to be perfect all the time. And this is one project that's not, and but it's gonna be really cool when we're done with it. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Daily dose of truth. Because you can't trust the mainstream media, because the right-wingers have taken it all over to be their bullshit propaganda channels. I have to go with, let's see, Amanda's Mild Takes. She did a good one yesterday on Donald Trump's L's for the week. That's a good one to check out. And I haven't really been watching much of any of them. It's just, it's really crazy how they're making it like a, well, they want to send in ground troops now, which is just insane because it's all mountains. You know, once they get those guys in there, they're never going to be able to get them out. Don't get me started. Anyways, I would check out also Joanne Freeman and Heather Cox Richardson, the historians. They will give you a little hope, and yeah, they'll give you a little hope, which right now is kind of hard to find because of the crap. But anyways, so check them out. Amanda's Mild Takes, Heather Cox Richardson, and Joanne Freeman. Also, don't forget about Jon Stewart. He's a good one to keep up with. He'll go over it and put a funny twist to it. He does, I think, 1 or 2 of the daily shows a week, and he does his weekly show, which is about an hour, and usually interviews somebody really interesting. So check them out too. And I will check back with you a little later. I hope you all have a great day. Like, share, subscribe. Keep the faith. And here we go. Be strong and of good courage. I love you guys.